Hello Sagittarius, thank you so much for checking out my channel here at Reflexive Moon Tarot. And my name is Sarah. I'll be hosting your reading, general reading, not time specific. So just keep in mind though that if this does not resonate with you, then it's not for you. And yeah, let's get into these cards for Sagittarius. There may be some messages in this reading that are for you. So please, if you sort of chime into certain things, let that be yours. So, looks like moving on, onwards to greener pastures. Cutting your losses and moving on. Letting something go, letting someone go. And this is for the purpose of doing what's right and what's responsible. The responsible thing to do. And the responsible thing to do is also centered in, you basically, like, you're good. You're moving forward, you've cut some losses, but you're not cutting your losses and moving on into a period of despair. This is not like any type of desperate times call for desperate measures type of scenario or situation. This is being okay. Cutting your losses so that you can stay okay, perhaps even. Overlooking the situation, we have some new ideas. We have some new energy that we can put into setting some new goals and moving on into a different phase of life. However that looks is entirely up to you to decide. And this is like the energy that fuels progress as well. Progress, even traveling, movement. But it's all about goals and actualizing them. So we have the Knight of Wands. Energy is not really like something that you have a lot of at this time. You might be feeling a little bit insecure as well about some things, about yourself. You're kind of at a point in your life where you're taking a look at who you are, what you have to offer, where you come from, where you want to go. It's overwhelming. So you might be depleted, energetically speaking, and feeling a little bit insecure on account of it. You may also feel like you could have some resentment as well. Sometimes the Knight of Wands can be really sort of resentful, passive aggressive. They can also be outwardly aggressive, but this is in your subconscious. So there's just something that's not really sitting well with you in terms of your energy and the goals and the goals that you've set for yourself and how you've achieved them up until this point. You're possibly a little bit dissatisfied on some level. You've come from a place where you feel good about yourself, though. You know what it is to feel good about yourself. You know what it is to feel healthy. And you know what it is to have sustainable or money coming in. Certain, whatever abundance is for you, and abundance and fabulousness at the same time. Like you've had a good taste of that. And that's something that you know about. You can say that you've achieved on some level. And then we have the Knight of Cups reversed. Your attitude is very much like your emotions are kind of impacting your attitude, or your attitude is impacting your emotions. It's kind of like the two, or 6 to 1, a half a dozen the other. So you may not like this could be you not liking somebody. This could also be you just being very emotionally dissatisfied with the amount of energy, output or input that you're receiving on an emotional level. It's really hard to focus on your feelings right now, and it's not fun for you. So just be mindful that you don't lash out, because sometimes that's when people sort of start taking advantage. And you could also be like a bit of a player on some level, where you may appear like you really care about people in your circle. And I don't mean player like romantically or physically. Like, this could just be a certain type of like inauthentic feelings. Like, you don't express your feelings honestly, perhaps. And you may care less about people than you give off the impression about when it comes to doing that. So that's possible, but empathy might be something that you're lacking as well. Yeah, there's a blockage. Empathy might be blockage, emotional blockage. You have some emotional blockage. You're disconnected on some level, perhaps out of survival, and that's totally valid and normal. But are you in survivor mode? This card indicates that you are not. So do you really need to be emotionally disconnected if you're not in survivor mode? And okay, so you have a fear in not being able to develop skills, or being maybe like you're not certified in something, or you're just not up to code or up to date with skills. And you may also feel like your network is shifting in a way that it's at a bit of a deficit. Like, you need some connections to help you advance career-wise, or you need some connections to help you hold up your constitutional well-being in terms of health. Also money. You're afraid of stagnancy in your career and forward movement. Just be careful, because other people can see that is the case. So reaching out is really important. Or like, just like you're not fooling anybody, so you're going to make yourself, it's going to look dumb if you think that you have people fooled. Just be honest, because people know. Saving face is not in your best interest at this time. And then we have justice. So you will do yourself some justice. You're good in a lot of ways. So I really think that whatever energy you've put in, whatever values that you have incorporated in your life, they're going to shine. They're going to shine through. It may be sort of like slow, like a slow type of growth. But it sounds like the growing process that you've been through up until this point, like it's going to peak, and you're going to feel a sense of justice that what you've worked hard for up until this point is valid. It's a big part of who you are. And you may not get all the recognition that you need, but that's self-recognition. And then whatever else outside of you that helps to, that's just sort of like, what's the word? That complements your achievements. The internal and external type of validation that we all deserve and seek and should be grateful for. You're gonna reach that place. What else? Because you're the shit. You may have a hard time dealing with your cycles of trauma or changing a certain aspect of your level of confidence. You may have an imbalance when it comes to your confidence, like where you're either like you are overconfident, but in actuality it's like a cover up for actually being a little bit insecure, or maybe even a lot insecure. But either way, like, just be mindful that you're always trying to have a good balance and a good sense of direction, and keeping the scales leveled out as much as possible with regards to your overconfidence and insecurities. So with that, thank you so much, Sagittarius, for checking out my channel in this reading, and we will catch you again next time. Take care and bye for now.